everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Knee Slappin' K-Pop podcast. I am Kayla, and today I am here with Sammi.
Hello, hello.
And Maria.
Hey, how you doing?
And we are here. We're here for our annual top 10 best songs of the year. Exciting.
My favorite thing we do every year.
Our favorite thing of the year. Every
time.
No,
we've done this now more than 12 times prior.
We've done this.
We've done this
a lot.
11 times in a row this year already. So here we are.
We've gone. Hey, at the very least, if anyone wants to know what we like, we have a clear timeline.
We do,
and many patterns have emerged.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I could say that for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Is this technically our 13th list in a row? Because we would have done 2022 in December, and then we right into it. This is our 13th list in a row.
It's our 13th month in a row doing these. And guess what? It's the... Well, no, because we're going to do 14 in a row. We're doing one more next month.
We got to do best of all time.
We're doing 14 in a row, and then we're taking a break till next December.
Next December.
I mean, honestly, they're a fun list. They're one of my favorite series we've done.
They're very fun.
Mainly because the quality to effort ratio is a lot better than last year's thing we did.
Yeah.
Which was way more effort than the quality got out of it.
It was too much effort. We're not doing it again.
No.
Unfortunately.
This is one of my favorite lists we've ever made. And also one of the weirdest lists we've ever made.
Yeah,
I say that every time, but it's like this one is...
This list, I think it's weird with certain placements. Number one, I think people...
No one's expecting
No one's expecting it, but when you see it, it will not be surprising, I don't think.
If you've watched for the last year and before that, because we've been doing this, like, in timeline-wise, we started doing this in 2020. But at this point, you can trace our music taste back to the year 2000.
Right.
Like, number one makes sense for us. Number one feels like a culmination of all the rest of these lists.
Uh-huh.
And I think it's completely appropriate.
It's completely appropriate to have it at number one, but not a single person listening to this knows what that song is, or is gonna know, or can guess what that song is.
Or is gonna put it on their top 10 at all.
Right. Exactly.
And the people that do, you're our people.
Iconic.
We love iconic people.
Yes.
But I guess we start
it
off with a song.
With a song. A hot song. A song that will define a generation. Yes, this song. What can I say? Because it just keeps you going and going 7 days a week, honestly. Just 24/7. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You know, we get all the days. Because, apparently some people have stamina for that long. I don't get it. Because at number 10, we have the one, the only, Jungkook with 7. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 7 days a week. Every hour, every minute, every second, night after night. I'll be loving you by 7 days a week. Oh boy.
What a song.
He's horny.
What a song.
What a song.
He's horny.
So, this has been the year of the BTS solo projects. Not that they haven't put out shit before, but like BTS did more this year than groups that were actually around.
Did a lot of shit this year.
They did a lot of shit this year. And you get everything else. And Jungkook's gonna debut solo. And you're like, okay. Alright. It's called 7. Oh, is it gonna be a reference to the BTS members?
Right,
is it gonna be is it gonna be emotional? And then you receive 7.
The explicit version.
I want to have sex
the adorable
7 days a week. The song.
Everything is the above. And then before you get the explicit version, you hear the normal version. You're like, I mean, it's suggestive, but maybe he,
Nope.
There's some plausible deniability in the thinnest thread. There's plausible deniability.
Yeah.
And then you get the explicit version, there's no plausible deniability in any capacity.
It's no, he's just horny.
I love it. I absolutely adore it. He's a good singer. The song sounds good.
It's so fun.
The song is great.
Is half a joke.
Music video's iconic. He's getting flooded in a laundromat, great.
Sexy funeral.
We love a sexy funeral.
We've had two sexy funerals this year. was not gonna expect that there was gonna be a crossover between the Jungkook and the Taylor Swift album. Yet there was. Sexy Funerals.
Sexy Funeral.
A weird connection.
But completely.
I don't know, it just
that in the books, I mean,
you know how
that in the actual book and the alleged book, that whole situation.
That didn't pan out. That was stupid people.
It didn't pan out yet. Taylor Swift's eventually gonna probably get a book out.
She might want, but not now. Taylor Swift
not anytime soon, but someday. But
what I'm saying, that had nothing to do with them. That wasn't a real thing. That was stupid people being stupid. No offense.
No, but it's one of the weird random connections to Taylor Swift. It's a 6 degrees of Taylor Swift via fans,
Stupid people being stupid. But back to Jungkook. Like how we say in our worst songs at the beginning, it's like, well, on baseline it sounds like shit, but we'll keep, here's the other specifics. This on baseline sounds amazing. Like, he sings super well. It's goofy, but not in it's a joke so we don't have to make it sound good. It works. It's got I don't know, there's something about it that's, like, self-aware with how, like, this is kind of ridiculous. I think he knows that.
He also did take a risk, too, releasing a set of English singles as well.
To be honest, of all the members of BTS to release an all-English single, he seems like, in terms of not rappers, not any of that, he feels like the one that would do it.
Yeah.
If I think about the members of BTS, he feels like the one.
It still could have gone off badly, though, but he pulls it off really well. He does
pull it off very well. I think he has one of the most clear, concise identities as a soloist, given that this whole album has a very specific
the Justin Timberlake switch into Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
If you actually listen to that album, it starts Justin Timberlake, and that's where I really like it, and then devolves into Justin Bieber, and it's a little less fun. It's a little less fun when you get to the Bieber parts. Because it's like emotional Bieber, and no one likes emotional Justin Bieber.
Yep.
But,
some people do.
The updated 2023 Justin Timberlake vibes work. This feels like his Sexy Back, which is also a song that is ridiculous to listen to, but is so well put together that it's really fun. I don't know. I think it works for him.
Yeah, he does a great job with it. I was just like, this is completely satisfying. This is great. I'm happy.
I think that was a really smart idea where it's a very explicit song, especially the explicit version. Yeah. It's a very explicit song, but it's a sexy song. It is. But it's not the most sexy, like, it's not the rip your shirt off bedroom sex jam, like, that situation. There's some fun to it. There's a lightness to it that I think works for him, that I think if we had gone traditional sex jam, would have been a little too serious. And I don't think it works. I think there's a nice balance there.
No, yeah. And just like any other American artists, they get a rapper on the track. Lotto wasn't too bad. She was fine.
I like that it's a woman.
She's fine. She's not taken away from the song or anything.
She's not taken away from the thing, but I also like it that it's a fun touch that it is a woman. Not a man.
They weren't going to have her be too explicit anyways, because of the K-pop of it all. But, like, yeah.
She's partaking in the sexy funeral, so.
She's in the sex. She's on the sexy coffin.
Yeah. But, like, sexy coffin?
Sure.
It's good to see Lotto get, some more work in, since the big hit she had, which is basically a remake of a remake.
And a really bad song.
It's a remake of a remake, because it's from
song, though.
It's originally from the Tom Tom Club.
Yeah, but that song's good.
That song is good, and then Mariah Carey did Fantasy with that song, and then now we have this.
And this
so
is
it's good. Like a remake of a remake. Yeah,
it's a sample. It was a sample done extremely poorly.
Yeah, it's like 30 years later, time to use the samples again. It's like, oh my god.
So there's Jungkook.
Also, we should have talked about the honorable mentions before we get too far into the list.
We can add that in late. We can add that in before number 1. How about that?
Yeah.
We'll add it in later. Because we also talk about technically our unofficial number 11.
Yeah.
But we'll talk about that. Let's
should have done that a minor first,
pause. We should have, but let's move it to before number 1. Give a little break.
Yeah, we could switch it up.
Switch it up a little bit, because it feels weirder to put it between
number 9
and 9 than between number 2 and 1. So, like, we'll revamp. So, number 9.
Yeah, number...
Oh, number 9. We're really out here with the bold picks this year. We have some picks that are, like, perfectly reasonable. This isn't one of them.
Nope.
So, at number 9, we have an icon that you've never heard of. Because we have the 7 with Get Loose. So for people that don't know, the 7.
Anyone listening to the podcast should know, because you should have listened to our introduction to the rookie boy groups of 2023 that came out earlier this month.
But also, I feel like our top 10 lists always get more people who don't know us. So I'm like, so the 7, who you probably haven't thought of since January when they went like semi-viral for a weird rap in this song. You've heard this song, you just don't remember you've heard the song. But they are a Korean Thai group who mostly sings in Thai, we've learned.
Apparently,
this song fully in English.
Fully English. We left starting off this top 10 list with 2 English songs back to
back.
Absolutely. And also with a group that doesn't sing in Korean.
Nope, not a K-pop
Also,
group,
correction,
really.
I don't know them that well, but so do they have Korean and Thai members, or are they all Thai?
No, they're all
it's
they're
kind
Korean.
of
They're
half
Korean
and half situation.
Thai.
Okay, so it's split. All right, gotcha.
But this song in English, their other songs in Thai. They don't really do Korean songs.
Interesting. Okay.
Nor they had really Korea based.
No, which is weird because so they have like I think 3 or 4 Korean members, and then the rest of the Thai members had to pass a survival show in order to be in the group, but the Korean members just got to like come and be in the group.
Yes.
So the whole situation is very confusing considering
it's
they definitely want to be a K-pop group, except that they're not because they don't sing in Korean at all, and I don't think really promote in Korea. Their music just sounds like it's K-pop.
Well,
but they are
it's like confusing because it's like
a Thai pop group.
Yeah. It's like Koreans, but they're learning
but it
Thai.
Sounds like K-pop. Also, they're similar to an XG situation, except that they are not Korean based. They don't promote on music shows. I believe they're probably Thailand based in terms of like
they do not
where
promote in
they
Korea.
are. Yeah, but they're really good, and that's the part that's like almost most confusing. Cause like this group should be Nugu as shit.
Yeah,
should be.
They kind of are.
And yet
I mean, they are, but they sound good.
No, I'm talking sound wise. They should sound Nugu. The video has no budget, everything else, and yet it's a banger, and I love it.
Do we know what company they're under in Thailand?
We have it on our other script. Hold on. Off the top of my head, I don't know.
Because that could explain why the music could be good.
Ganada Entertainment.
Okay.
They're not a mainly just for this. They're not from like a big company.
Yeah, I was about to say, because it would make sense if it was a bigger company that had other, like, Thai music acts from it, but... Because, like, I've seen some Thai music videos for some pop artists in the past. Definitely not the highest budget for a lot of them, but...
No. But again, and I think the thing with Thai pop is Thai pop sounds distinctive onto itself.
Yes.
Mainly because of the Thai language, having also listened to a bunch of Thai pop. And... this this is in English, but even their other songs that are in Thai sound distinctly K-pop-esque. That influenced, but also just kind of sound like K-pop songs.
We've also talked about it where
we couldn't tell.
It's very the language situation is so confusing because it's clearly in Thai and English, but it sounds like Korean for some reason. It's very confusing, the situation with that song.
Specifically chemistry. Like Get Loose is fully English. Chemistry is in Thai,
but the Thai sounds like Korean.
The Thai sounds like Korean, I think, just because of how the song is structured.
And also because the Korean members are probably pronouncing the Thai like Korean, and I feel that's also probably part of it.
That too. Like, I don't know how much Thai that those, like, what their language skills are, given those two languages are, like, so different. You have to listen very closely to that song to hear the Thai. Because if you hear the melody, it just sounds like it's Korean. But Get Loose, I don't know, it's just a fun song. It's giving that male teen crush vibe that we enjoy a lot.
Yes.
It's
very fun. As we
very
said,
fun.
it's if you a song you've probably heard before. This song is Ampersand One On and On. Sounds almost identical to that song. So
it does. And also, if you remember from like January and you were anywhere on K-pop TikTok, you've heard that rap.
Mm-hmm.
You've heard it. You probably don't remember it, but you know.
Oh yeah.
You've heard maybe not the rest of that song,
but just that one rap verse.
And like that rap verse it's not great, but like it's fun. It adds to the energy. It adds to the vibe.
It does.
I like it.
It's very funny.
And I don't know, this song just feels very, again, in the recent years so dominated by noise, hearing a song with like melody and a chorus that is sung and things like that, sometimes it's a little refreshing.
And it also came out in January and is still very fun to listen to at the end of the year.
It is.
It's like when a song can come out so early in the year and still be memorable by the time it's the end of the year, like, it's really good.
It is. We always have one of those songs, and this is the one for the, like,
we got a couple.
We do. The beginning half of this year really was, like, where a lot of the bangers came out. Alright, so...
Number 8. So number 8, we have one of the very few girl group representation we have on this list this year.
But also one of the bigger songs of this year.
Yeah, one of the most popular songs of the year.
No one will question. Nope. No one will question why this one's here.
So we have New Jeans with Super Shy.
Super shy, but wait a minute while I make your mind. Leaning 지금도 you're on my mind all the time. I wanna tell you, but I'm super shy.
Super shy.
New Jeans thriving.
New Jeans killing it. Slay.
Absolutely loving it. This is by far their best song of this year, even including the fact that, like, technically we're counting Ditto as this year, quotes. But this is my favorite song that they've put out this year. It's up there with Attention. Like, it's one of their best.
Yeah, Spotify has said that they're my number one artist this year, which is funny because they're not my number one song, but they're my number one artist. So there you go. I spammed the shit out of that EP this year, apparently enough. So, great EP, great main song, Super Shy. Also, I'm just impressed how they filmed like that during the daytime in Lisbon. Like, damn.
What do you mean?
No, just like the setup, how they got... I don't know, how do you get streets clear enough so then you can have your dancers participate in the background throughout the whole thing? I'm, like, impressed. I'm impressed, man.
Put up some cops on each end of the street. You're fine.
I guess so. I don't know how that works, but...
It's very fun. It's very fun because I have been to half of these locations, and it's very cute. It's a very nice place to film. I think they look adorable. I think the dance is adorable. I love the... New Jeans
I feel like the Asian American community in particular has just claimed New Jeans as their own. It's like, yep, you're one of us. Let's go.
They're very fun.
I love it.
But overall, the song, it continues their, like, slightly Y2K aesthetic, which I enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
But, and, like, it's just a chill vibe. I think it's very refreshing to now get a bunch of very popular girl groups that are, like, I don't know, nothing about New Jeans, and this is fully a compliment.
Yeah.
Is, like, the stereotypical K-pop, loud, in-your-face, big, all of that. Because, like, I would not call this song loud in any capacity. It's very mellow.
It is, yeah.
And that's very interesting to be one of the and, like, even, like, ETA a little bit more, which was, like, the actual title track, even though it was the worst of the 3 that they put out. Cool with you, maybe. But still, like, nothing about New Jeans I would call loud. They're just a vibe. And I like vibing with them.
And I feel like that's the reason why, like, everyone is essentially on board with New Jeans being, like, 5th generation K-pop, because there was such a change in music and, like, what they're doing with K-pop that it seems like, yeah, that is a good place to draw where the next generation of, like, K-pop is starting. Goes to.
And I'm very interested to see, because, again, I think that they are the beginnings of 5th gen. And, like, you can see, especially in a bunch of the girl groups, like, you can tell a bunch of them are trying to do New Jeans style music, not to name names. But come on. And I just think, come on. It's true. But the thing is, I think, while it's going to be very interesting, because I don't think we've seen the real impact of New Jeans, because it's a lot of people are being reactionary to New Jeans, which means it's like groups made to sound like the big, loud, girl crush, like Blackpink and like influenced girl groups, trying to do what is essentially almost the opposite of that style. And they're not groups that are tailored to do this style, and some of them can pull it off, some of them are a little bit more struggling, but I think we are going to now see an influx of groups that were made in this model, which will be interesting.
I mean, that's what happens when you're a trendsetter, you know, you get copycats. Because they're just like, ooh,
and
people want that.
the copycats so far have been...
lackluster. Mediocre.
It's hard. It's like when you can clearly tell that they have changed their entire music style to be like New Jeans. It's kind of like,
when you can tell it's a group that was not made in this style.
Yeah.
Like, the group is not tailored to do this. And like, it's nothing wrong with them. They just were like, I was told to do something else and now I'm doing this. And they just do it very naturally, and I like them.
I mean, yeah, it's easier to, when you do it from the get-go, you know, people are like, okay, so you've been like,
and when
this
you're
the whole time.
made for that.
Oh, yeah.
Like, these are girls that were put together that all work to do this.
Exactly.
And they work very well.
Exactly.
And like, New Jeans to me just feels like it's like just perfectly put together pop music. It was a lot of pieces.
Okay,
but like,
side note though too, I kind of wanted them to collab with Pink Panthers because I feel like she would work really well with this style for them. Because she could like imagine if she like produced them a song. I feel like that. I think that would mesh really well.
I kind of like how like Korean New Jeans is.
True, that too. But I'm not talking the whole time. Just like one random off track, boom. But no, yeah, 250. While we're at it, Korean producer has produced the majority of their tracks. He's just killing it. Like, he has somehow mostly, for most of their songs, mostly crafted such a strong image for them that it's like, it's phenomenal. Phenomenal. He's doing great. And it's such a fantastic producer. He has his album from last year, I think, won like a major Korean award last year too. He's just great. A great producer. I honestly, they really lucked out with him as a producer for like most of their songs. He does fantastic, and like I you can hear it through all the sounds that's been like crafted so far for this release. So I mean, it does help that he's around because yeah, they are very Korean in that way, like production wise, which like just adds to that like sense of authenticity. I feel like. All right, next one, number 7. Counting. Sorry, the numbers are off on the spreadsheet I'm looking at. But it's fine because we have a title on top. So, number 7. All right, we made it, guys. We finally made it to our band of the year. Basically, let's be honest here. The band song, the annual band song that makes it on the good list, because there's always at least one. I feel like for the most part. And this year, it is Hi-Fi Unicorn with Do Re Mi Fa Sol. Love the reference to Sound of Music, by the way. I mean, bless.
It's very cute.
Love it.
So this is another band I think that needs to start with an There's another group that needs to start with an explanation.
Yeah, because no one knows who they are.
Who knows who this is?
No one but us knows who they are.
Late last year, FNC Entertainment did a show specifically in Japan.
Survival band show.
A band show.
Korean, Japanese band show.
But really only aired in Japan.
As those joint Korean, Japanese shows
As
go.
those always do.
That makes sense.
So we've not seen it because we're not allowed to.
It's not on the
apparently.
internet. You can find
not even an unsubbed.
You can find
version,
a handful of clips on YouTube, and that's about all you're getting from that show.
You're on the struggle bus if you want to watch that show.
Yep.
But so
this show hosted also by Rowoon and Nako. I want to point out, which is very funny.
Combination of people.
Very
I've
funny
wanted
combination
together
of
for
people.
years, and I wasn't allowed to watch it, and I was very upset. They were adorable together from the 3 clips we were allowed to see.
Yes.
So essentially, this involved all of the FNC bands.
All 3 of the FNC bands.
All 3 of them. That's more than any other company will ever have at any given time altogether.
Mm-hmm.
Now they have 4. It's a goddamn miracle.
Yes.
But they came together. They formed groups. They were all very unique. One of them had a trumpet. Trumpet?
I think the Trumpet Kid got eliminated before they formed
Trumpet Kid
bands officially.
They did, but there could have been
there was a kid with a trumpet there for a hot second.
There were options. There were a lot of different
bands.
There was
also
also
2 just J-pop, like, Japanese bands there as well, with the FNC bands.
Yes. And so, essentially, Hi-Fi Unicorn, a choice of a name, but here we are.
They got to name themselves, so that's like their own fault that they're named like that.
That's fair enough. Like they have no one to
be fair.
out.
It's a very Japanese. It's a name I would see a lighthearted Japanese band like have.
The thing is, only one of them is Japanese.
No, yeah, but like I get the vibe, I get the inspiration. Like it's giving.
And also, it's exactly the one you think it is.
It's giving that. It's giving like the lighthearted Japanese band that does some OSTs for a lighthearted or potentially depressing anime. That's what the vibe's giving.
Hey, they did it. Hey, they've only done one OST, and it was for a BL. Thank you very much.
No, but like that's the vibe I'm
getting.
It's
in the way that
just
your new single in Japan is just used as an OST. They don't Japan doesn't make specific OSTs. They just use whatever's already on your album.
Take a song, yeah.
So they're just like, all right, let's go to window shopping. Oh, this fits the vibe well.
You and I, very good.
Get this.
You and I also could be an anime opening.
Could be an anime opening. I mean, so could Do Re Mi Fa Sol. Just a light-hearted slice of life, but like a different anime. Mm-hmm. Most Japanese songs could be anime openings, to be honest. Because there's a lot of different kinds of anime. Mm-hmm. But Do Re Mi Fa Sol, they won the show. Good for them.
They're also the CN Blue produced band.
They were the CN Blue produced band. Where is CN Blue? Who knows? I think they're in Japan.
They're making a lot of Japanese music right now, yeah.
Good for them. FNC always had a very strong foothold in Japan,
yes.
Especially with their bands.
Yes.
Look at FT Island.
I mean, so it only makes sense that they made a Korean-Japanese band and they're doing this right now.
Everything that happened up to this point fully tracks.
Yep.
The thing with Hi-Fi Unicorn, they essentially will put out just the same music in both Korean and in Japanese. That's the way they've been working on it, and I think it works really well. And they are just the most light-hearted, adorable, delightful little band you ever done see.
So
they give me big Lucy energy, but like younger.
No violin, Lucy.
No violin. They're structured similarly to N Flying, where they have 2 vocalists and then bass, guitar, and drums.
Right.
That's the way you make an FNC band.
That's the way.
That's what you do.
And then if you're down to bass and drums and a vocal, that also can be a band.
That is also the other way you make an FNC band. You only need 3 to 5 people. 3 or 5.
3
not
or
3
5
to 5
people to be a band.
3 or 5 people to be an FNC band.
Oh, yeah.
This song is just a little delightful little track. It brings a smile. This
is not technically the title track. Over the Rainbow, I think
Over
it's
the Rainbow
the title track, but I do think this was their like finale song from that show. Do Re Mi Fa Sol.
And it also was the best song that they've put out.
Very good.
Like You and I. Over the Rainbow's a little more melancholy. This is just delightful.
Over the Rainbow really sounds like it's a Lucy song without violin.
It does.
This one sounds a lot more unique and it's very fun. Like it.
And
so much.
One thing I'll give it's been a while. Like, not that like a lot of the bands don't make fun music. They can. It's just that either you're getting to the point where you have your CN Blues and your FT Island who are older now. Lucy tend to just go really emotional recently. One We's here for the drama. I feel like we've had and Flying is in the military, so they're not here.
Yeah.
And they've also been turning dramatic. And I feel like we had a very specific pocket of the fun band. that hasn't really been filled.
Yeah.
Like, Lucy fills it, like, 50% of the time.
Right.
And I think Hi-Fi Unicorn can fill it the other 50% of the time. Because, like, you and I went full dramatic, too.
Yes.
I just want more bands that also do fun.
We need more of that.
I mean, I also would just take more bands in general, to be honest.
Right. But I also need the bands to be good, because also...
That's the other question.
Is the other problem.
But, like, it's FNC. That's the other thing about this band is, like, it's FNC. They're gonna be around forever. Because FNC knows how to keep a band.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, I don't know, it's been a while since they put out a band. I mean, and Flying has been around
since 2015 was their last thing. And then they had Honeyest for a hot second, but...
Honeyest barely...
I think Honeyest was doomed to disband, anyway.
Immediately?
From what we saw them on Dancer Band, I was like, that's not a functioning group of people that can work together.
No, it felt very... like, Honeyest was like a band that was, like, already on the, like... already only kinda to get in, like, the beginning stages.
Yeah.
Where they're like, no, we kinda want SF9 to win.
Yeah.
Like, SF9 is going to win, and you're here.
Also, like, so just to make sure,
But
none of those Honeyest members appeared in this group, right?
No.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
No,
The Honeyest
so
members...
Dongsung from Honeyest is now in N Flying, and then one of them
Yes.
became an actor, and the other ones, I think, left the company.
Yes.
Okay, that's fair.
So, like, the one kid that wanted to stick around and actually be in a band is in
now
an
in a
FNC
band. Yes.
Because N Flying went through members like Candy
And Flying's bassist left, and then they needed a new bassist, and then they just had one because Honeyest disbanded, so they just here it worked out.
Why look for someone when we have someone right? He was already working with them while they were quote unquote looking for a new bassist.
he was a part
when
of that
the kid
group
went on hiatus
for months before he officially was officially in the group, but he was
like they're a
there.
band, and it's like, well, you can't really play the music we have if we don't have a bassist person.
Well, I mean, that's what they're gonna do when FNC just has like a loose bassist like in their company. They're like, what do we do with that situation?
And he was a great addition. We love him.
Yes.
But yeah, no, the Honeyest fell apart. Honeyest is there's no semblance.
They also felt like there was too much conflict, like personally with them and like what they wanted to do with music. I felt like that was never gonna work out very well.
They were smart to quit it early.
Feels fully functional.
They were very smart to just end that.
Yes.
Oh no, Honeyest did
not officially debut.
No, they did. I thought they had a single.
They did 2 pre-debut singles, but did not debut at all.
They didn't even waste their time or money on that. Good for FNC for like cutting the losses.
Yeah.
Before they were losses. All right, moving on to our other woman.
Our other woman of the list.
Spoiler alert, it's the two women. We have 2 women.
2 women.
Period.
And
it's honestly the same 2 women we had last year.
You know what? We're easy to please, I guess, in certain regards.
We're consistent, if anything.
We're consistent. Type. Because
we're consistent.
We are. Because at number 6, it's Lee Seraphim with Unforgiven.
I'm a villain.
Unforgiven, I'm a villain. Unforgiven, I can get there. Unforgiven, I'm a villain. 수대로 기억될 unforgiven.
Much like how, New Jeans super consistent, putting out a vibe. Lee Seraphim also super consistent.
I mean, 2 for girl groups of vibe.
We're into it.
I can't say that will be the case going forward with the 2 future girl groups. TBD on that. But
one of them doesn't count.
Oh yeah, the Geffen one.
We don't count one of them. The Dream Academy one won't count.
Don't know. Yeah,
they're not K-pop. So, they're not like KJ-pop at the very least is like a different matter. They're not K-pop.
I will at least check it out at least at minimum.
Again, we'll check it out, but like I wouldn't put them in the same category. I wouldn't compare them
basically,
to K-pop the same way I will compare that Are You Next
group. Are You Next will probably be more the question mark for us.
I forgot we need the Are You Next group to happen. Oh my god.
Remember that one?
Oh god.
I think Hybe wants to forget that Are You Next. They have to make that Are You Next
unless
group.
they all of a sudden, one member suspiciously can't do the group anymore. Whoops. But they're not going to do that, I don't think, intentionally.
They can't. Would be great. People would revolt.
Would be great if they did. But
yeah, but that's what the people wanted.
Yeah,
this is why Hybe will never let a voting-based group
That's honestly
happen
the one
again.
that I think will be the most.
That's why Hybe will...
the one that will, tell it for us.
Hybe will never do a vote. They didn't... This was the first time they really did a voting-based group that wasn't, half production.
And it was bad. It was bad.
And look how it turned out. They will never do this again. This went very poorly for them.
Well, you can't know it's going to end up bad unless you try it. So.
Good Hybe group.
A great Hybe group.
Always consistent.
A great Hybe group.
So consistent.
A fantastic Hybe.
This song absolutely just continues on to their, my favorite thing, which is the absolute only way you can do the cool girl style, which is I'm cool, look at all the great things I can do, not I'm cool, look at how little I can do.
Uh-huh.
Again, I hate.
Yep.
It's a subtle change, but it makes a great deal of difference.
Huge difference in that style.
I'm just saying, don't I'm just saying. Very few people choose to do it, and we see the difference.
And Lee Seraphim really one of the only groups doing that right now, which is I think why we like them so much. And
I know.
Their music is so good all the time.
Also, shout out The Perfect Night being a good collab with whoever the hell they did that with.
The nice Overwatch song.
Nice Overwatch collab.
So people in my personal life,
and then
people in my personal life asked me about that too.
And honestly, we have no reason to bring this up. Thank you to Heartsteel for the other League of
Legends music. Yeah,
we have that has no smooth transition to bring up. But we also like that
just
one.
Just carrying that whole song by himself.
Oh my god, Baekhyun sings half of it.
Also, shout out to my favorite B-side off this quote-unquote album that is Unforgiven because, quote-unquote album. Eve Psyche and the Bluebeard's wife.
Album?
The original, not the 1,000 of remakes, but the original. My highest played song this year, Peace, Love, The Gap.
And also shout out to No Return, which just sounds like it belongs in Legally Blonde.
No Return into the Unknown from Legally Blonde the Musical.
Legally Blonde the Musical.
Yep.
We love it.
Also, Fire in the Belly's a party.
But no, they just... Again, there's very little you can say about a song that you like.
Yeah. I do want to gripe with albums this year because the Lee Seraphim album being 3 intro songs on an album, really annoying. Also, because
the Lee Seraphim album technically not being a full album, barely technically making it to mini album.
It's like a combined album, really.
And
my other gripe with it involves Hi-Fi Unicorn releasing 2 songs in 2 languages and calling it a mini album because it's 4 songs. Also, don't like that trend that we're doing either.
Again, if you want a very detailed explanation of our gripes with albums, come back for our awards when we gripe
the first award album category. It's awful.
First award is the full album. Oh boy, we're gonna have a great time.
Oh yeah, oh boy, that Hybe train.
No,
Speaking of which, it chugs along and continues on to the next song on our list.
Yep.
Chugga, choo choo.
We do not leave because at number 7, 5. Oh, I'm so confused. At number 5, we have TXT with Sugar Rush Ride.
Give me more. Give me more. Eating what's up, got you no job, Sugar rush.
That's another song from the beginning of the year that stayed around the whole year.
A banger.
Banger of a song.
Slaps the knees.
Though the most interesting weird little concept that I can't describe.
The Peter Pan sexy,
but
like a little bit sexy, but it's not full sexy, but it's a little bit sexy.
And the reason it's not full sexy is because I've seen people, and by people I mean like full shows, cover this song and be like,
Fantasy
well, no,
Boys.
it's a sexy song. Fantasy Boys. To name names. Fantasy Boys cover the song and say it's a sexy song and cover it like a sexy song, and just miss the vibe entirely.
It feels
so like
wrong.
I don't.
Yeah.
Like this is Again, I think it's a very fun evolution from, like, the last year's TXT, which was still Emo Boy TXT. Loved it. Still love emo boy TXT.
We love that.
This is like
evolved emo boy.
because like they're not out of emo boy. They're still a little emo.
Like, whenever we talked about on our other top 10 list where it's like a song is bringing the drama, like, this is very much, we're bringing the drama. We're emotional in the way that it's dramatic.
Yes. The devil said.
The devil said.
We're bringing the devil into it. He's having a great... Everyone's having a great time. It's... I don't know. TXT commits. That's what and I love that about them. They commit. Because what is this? I don't know. And I don't know if they could explain it.
Does anyone really know? I don't know.
But I think that they just embody it.
They do. They go,
I don't know what it is, but they embody
to it, whatever it is, every time.
Every time. Like, even chasing that feeling that just came out, I don't fully know what that is.
Right.
But, like, I'm into it.
That was more confusing than this, yeah.
A little more. I think equal levels of, I don't know, it's like sexy, but not.
Right.
But Peter Pan, but not. But emo, but not.
It's teetering along the line with these guys.
But, you know, Lord of the Flies, but not.
Yep.
It was a lot. There's so many adjectives, but also the word not after all of them.
Also, shout out to the song title of Tightness. I want quotes. I want to be a rock.
Also, I love that for the. I love that song for the
title.
Afro beats of it all. Let's go, Afro beats.
We love the Afro beats of it all. I think. I also absolutely think that they just, again, like everything else, we got to give it credit where like they sound great, even though this song is weird. But it works because they sound good. It's a very weird little song, and also we love a little whistle.
We do.
We love a little whistle. Also, the only... I don't know if it is whisper singing, but it isn't whisper singing that's happening in it.
Yeah.
Like, it's, you know...
Again, it's a confusing song, but, you know, that doesn't matter.
Like, it works in every way. Like, I have no notes for how to make it better.
Yep.
But I have a lot of questions about what it is.
Yes.
But I think the mystery kind of makes it fun. Kind of makes it sexier.
It is very fun.
Right, number 4?
Number 4.
Oh,
all right, we got a big one, guys. A big one. I feel like this is safe to say this is the male group that basically overtook the universe and everything in the K-pop universe.
It overtook me and
Kayla's it overtook your lives.
It did.
And I was, of course, I didn't watch
lives.
the outcome of all this, but I did listen to this song and a couple other songs from the show they came from, and I was impressed. And this one, really fantastic debut. Really fantastic debut. I'd argue it's probably the best debut of this year, but you know, that's just me. At number 4, we got the one, the only ZB1 with In Bloom. And it's super cute.
It has no competition for best debut of the year.
People would like to beg to differ, but the people are wrong.
Some people would beg to differ, but they would be
the people would be wrong.
The people are wrong. So ZB1 has taken over me and Kayla's life.
They really have.
As is the way.
Yep.
Yeah.
Everything.
I think about them too much.
And, like, what? We've been, like, Boys Planet started airing in, like, April or March or some shit, and, like, that's been my entire life since then this year. It's just everything Boys Planet related that came out.
I know more about some of these people than some actual people I know. I've seen more Ricky yearbook photos than like, I have yearbooks. I love this. This is the best produce debut of all time.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we've seen all of the produce debuts.
Yes.
All of them.
All countries,
this is
all
the
of
best.
them.
This is the best one. Period.
Also, arguably the best group to be made on the show, because apparently by, like, taking a break from Korean produce, the whole fandom had time to, like, become self-aware and, like, really get their shit together for voting on this show. And
finally realize, like, oh shit, we should maybe make groups that work so that they
like
don't have to rig
groups,
it, so that we can have groups that... So we can have the groups?
Yes.
It's a goddamn miracle.
It's a Christmas.
But
shout out to Zhang Hao for also beating racism. We love that for him.
We love beating racism. Shout out to this just being a fun little synth pop, kind of a banger. I don't know. I think that just the people that are in this group, like, you can't make a hard hitting hip hop.
No way.
That would be
this is
no
not
way.
this is not the
So
group you make noise music with. Absolutely,
this is not the song you make noise music with. Then also given the fact that the people, because like first and second place, I know first place is the center, but like second place also gets like a high, like the ranking, especially in the beginning, does matter. And especially looking at the fact that you got,
Albin.
you have to highlight Zhang Hao, you have to highlight Hanbin, you have to highlight Ricky, you have to highlight, like, the people that were high ranked that you have to highlight. Just, it honestly sounds like they fucking actually wrote a song to fit the group and not just receive a group and be like, I don't know, you're
Here's a
doing
song,
this, I don't care. Here's a song, just go. They took time. I don't know if maybe they saw where the group was going while the show was airing and was like, well, shit, we can't do noise. We have to figure something out.
No matter what combination of people they got in this group from that show, it was not going to be a noise music group. Like, it was just not the way that was going to go.
But, like, we've seen in other produces where they just sort of were like, well, you're here, do this song, even though I'm like, that concept's not great for them.
Yeah.
But for this, I think they came with a full-fledged idea for what this group is. I think they took everyone's strengths into account. It's fun. It's synth-poppy. It's funky. They look like they're having a great time. No one is struggling to keep up, which is another thing that happens a lot of time in produces.
Right.
No one's struggling, and no one is trying. They're not also trying not to shove someone in a corner and be like, well, they're here, but we kind of are like, we don't gotta deal with them. Everyone's thriving.
They had a fully talented group out of that show, and it's the first time, honestly, it's ever happened, so.
And it's a miracle. And I think the closest that any of these shows have ever gotten to that would probably be the Japanese season. That's because they're making permanent groups. The Japanese one, and I would say Japanese 2 is up there just because it's a permanent group.
Yeah.
Like, that you have to make it work. You have to highlight everybody. And you have to edit it very specifically.
Right.
But otherwise, thriving!
Absolutely thriving. We love them.
Ugh, puts a smile on my face every
much.
time.
This is one of my. This is like
bangers.
my third most played song of the year. It's so good.
It's a really good song.
Yeah. We love it.
I'm just glad I was like, okay, I know
five.
they're super popular, but they better have some good music. And like, oh, thank God they have good music.
It was really stressful waiting for the debut and thinking about
very
what
stressful.
if they're bad. Like, it was so stressful.
You and I had multiple conversations, but what if they're bad?
So actually,
and we
what if
couldn't
they're
fathom
bad?
living in that world? Because we knew we would end up just being. Thank God we didn't have to be. We're like, are we gonna end up fully delusional?
We're just gonna have to fully Stockholm Syndrome ourselves into the music. Like, it would have been bad.
And thank God we didn't have to. I was so happy. All right, so number 3, related, very much related, because it does involve ZB1, even though our rule is to not have the same group on a list twice.
You'll see why.
This isn't the same group.
It's not. It's not.
It's not. Because this is from Boys Planet, the show, and it's one of the finale songs because it's Jelly Pop.
So when Kayla and I
first listened to this song, I think our jaws felt like it was an insane. That entire day, very emotionally taxing.
Yes.
Was a lot.
Very bad day.
Was a lot that day. But, like, I think Hot Summer was first. And we're like, okay, this is fun. We're into this.
I also remember hearing the previews of both songs in the previous
and being like, these aren't good.
Like, these are bad songs.
And then you see it happen, and you're like, oh. It's also fun because it is like, Jelly Pop it's 9 of the 18. And it's also less of the people that made it in the group.
Yeah, least member of ZB1 out of the 2 songs.
Because it's just, Zhang Hao and Gunwook.
And Matthew.
And Matthew. Yep. So it's only 3 of them. The other 6 are in the other group. And it's just a bunch of kids who you'll now see because they're in Even and in One Pact and in Taut.
And all of those groups.
And in Ampers in One. And in a bunch of other... All these boys have debuted.
Yay!
Thankfully. They're thriving. And Hui's there, a little ruining it. But, like, even... This song is so good, I can look past
past the Hui for this song.
The Hui of it all. But, like, it's a banger.
Honestly, one of the best boy group songs made.
Ever.
Like, it's so good.
Honestly speaking, all I want is for them to pad out, whenever ZB1 gets a full album,
yes.
I don't give a shit if it's padding. I need them to make a studio recording of Jelly Pop somewhere in this world. I don't care if you're just gonna pad out your full album with Hot Summer, Here I Am, and Jelly Pop. Do it, please. I'm begging you for it.
The fact that we got 0 of the songs from the show on the debut album was really upsetting, honestly.
I'm hoping they're saving it to pad out the full album. Please do it. I'm asking for it. I'm asking to be scammed. Please.
Because they have covered it before. Like, we've got a ZB1 version of Jelly Pop.
They did it at KCON.
And they've done it at their concerts, like their individual little concerts.
Yeah. And it's just so good. It's like so sexual for no reason.
The lyrics are crazy. If you haven't looked up the lyrics of Jelly Pop, they're actually kind of crazy.
So because we are who we are, I got Kayla a Jelly Pop related art print for her birthday.
Yes.
And having to go through the lyrics of that song to find one that's sound
not
weird
about sex,
for me to gift. And, like, it's kind of still sexy.
Yeah.
There's only so much I could do. There's only so many lyrics in that song.
Yes.
A banger.
So good.
Because also, the song has such good vocalists in it, because you got fucking Jay in it. You have, what's his name?
The second, the other Yehua kid.
Yeah, the other Yehua kid. You got Zhang Hao in it. You got Park Hanbin, who is just... very great stage presence. Some of the best stage presence on that whole show. Zhang Hao thriving in everything he does.
Yes.
Everyone just having a great time. Even Camden's having fun.
Camden's having a great time. Like, it's so fun.
Gunwook's this is the first time I saw Gunwook. Weirdly feeling definitely Gunwook started to let loose.
Yeah.
And that's really when I started to, like, really enjoy Gunwook. I don't know, I just felt like it's such a good song.
It's so good. It's such a good song.
Matthew doing that song with his face, with those lyrics, a great contrast we love.
Love that.
I have no notes.
I have no notes except it's
No
a
notes,
fun
just
song.
vibes.
It's great, it's chill, surprisingly sexy, but you guys said that already. So, but number dos.
All right. Number two, second best song of the year. Oh, so not a very surprising choice, I don't think.
No.
Most people probably would have put this at number 1 instead of number 2, but because we are who we are, it's at number 2.
Because we are who we are.
Yep. But at number 2, we have Bo Suk-soon with Fighting.
Oh my god, I love this. Easily the best subunit of recent years I can think of. This is great.
Oh, no, by far.
Yes.
I was so happy to see BSS again, because, like, they had that one song, I believe, like, 3-ish years ago.
Like, a long time ago, yeah.
A while ago. And which wasn't even an album.
Nope.
Which wasn't anything, which was just a single that they just put out into the world.
Yep.
And it was a banger, and it was great. And now, like, all these years later, they've, like, fully had, like, a comeback.
It was 5 years ago, that first
Jesus
Bo
Christ.
Suk-soon song.
They're just like,
Time is a
let's
flat
do this shit again.
Banger.
Just
They're having a great time.
the anthem for working adults all around the world.
Yeah. Absolutely. It feels good. It's just also, like, it's a fun subunit. It's a weird little subunit. But that had the time and effort to have the two best vocalists of 17.
Right?
Fucking
Crazy.
singing their hearts out.
Yes.
Oh.
So good.
We love that. Like, nothing was skimped here.
No.
This is high effort. This is high energy. It's high quality. The dance is insane because it's 17 and it's Hoshi.
Yes.
Like, there's not, like... I feel like sometimes a lot of subunits kind of feel like they're not lower effort, but like, you know, it's not the full group. They know it's not going to have the same level of success. You know, there's, you know, quarters get cut. Things are like, you know, you're not giving it 110%.
Right.
I think they're at 150 right now. They're rolling with it.
No, they're killing it. Also, what is her name? Was it is it Hyunji, her name? Yeah. She's a great rapper too. Was a total surprise to see her in this song, but like, you know, she does her part. I think she's very talented, and I'm just like, oh, look at that. She's hitting up with some faves, and it was great. Yeah, I mean, this song, what a great subunit. Just easily my number one, I think, for the year, honestly. My easy number one, but with this podcast, we like to do things differently, you know, overall, and, like, give you surprises.
Yeah. So before we get to number one,
Uh-huh.
we forgot to do our honorable mentions.
Yes,
so
yes.
those are here.
Yes. There's not that
Great.
many of them this year.
There aren't. I think we decided to cut down because we're like a lot of the thing is, I think overall K-pop was better this year,
Uh-huh.
but just everyone was just doing, you know, this is really nice.
Mm-hmm. I'm literally
Nothing like
I'm just gonna read them because there's not enough that I want to put in a video clip of them here.
beautiful.
Which is One of Us is Baila Conmigo, XG Shooting Star, Keys Good and Great, Sammi Fast Forward, Orbit's Fun, Stacy's Bubble, Purple Kisses, Seven Heaven, Boy Next Door's One and Only, and NMIX's Party O'Clock. And also we do have an honorary 11th place for both good and the bad list, which
We do.
we put in there because it's like they were real close to being on the list.
If we were debating, and like, it's possible objectively it could be on here, but we just had more fun in other places.
Right.
Because our 11th place is, and also, you know, you want to spread the love around a little bit.
Yeah.
Because at 11th place we had 17's God of Music.
Mm-hmm.
So close.
So close to making it. Was
really
on there for a
wholesome,
while.
Really cute, just like classic 17. I love
absolute
it.
banger.
Yes.
17 always loves to put out a fucking, like, banger at like, not the end of the year, but, like, toward when we're, like, finishing
in, like,
our
September
awards.
or October, yeah.
October. Like, when we're trying to finish our list, they come in and just throw a wrench in. It's like, but like, what if we put out some of the best music of the era right at the end of the year? Like, now. And, very happy for, 17's had a absolutely insane year this year.
Yes.
It's been incredible for them, both as a group and as, like, we already saw BSS.
Right.
There's, like, June started acting. Dino did his solo stuff. Like, there's just been a lot going on for them as a group and as individuals, and that's absolutely amazing for them. We love that. So
Number one.
Number one.
So number one is
Blitzers
with Macarena.
Surprise!
So who's heard this song?
Like we said,
The people.
no shot anyone guesses that song.
No, absolutely not. So Blitzers has been we've talked about Blitzers from the beginning of their career because we talked about them on our like boy group roundup like 2 years ago.
I think in 2021,
2 years ago.
Let me double check.
And we enjoyed them. Blitzers puts out a lot of like noise music.
Yeah, 2021 for Blitzers.
But like good noise music.
Yeah, they're more rock focused noise music.
Yeah. Which is fun. And then they did what a time.
They won a Peak Time this year.
Because they did Peak Time this year.
Yep.
And it was
got eliminated from Peak Time, but that's okay.
Oh no, again, they were not in the top of Peak Time. No offense to Blitzers, but you do better when you're doing your own music and not covers.
Yep.
And then after Peak Time, they're one of the like few members of few people that were on Peak Time that decided to capitalize on Peak Time to put out music.
A lot of them did not capitalize on Peak Time at all.
You'd think that would be the only reason you do Peak Time, but here we are.
Yep.
And by far the best thing they've ever done. Any of the people from Peak Time have ever done.
Yes.
A
Macarena.
banger.
So fun.
What is this song?
It's so stupid.
It's so
but
good.
It's so fun. It's so good. What a absolute banger of a song.
It's fun. It's loud.
Yep.
It's in your face in the best way.
Yes.
It's weird. It's called Macarena.
Yes.
It's a lot.
Also,
is another song where I'm like, can I describe what it is?
No.
No. But do they commit to it?
Yes.
Yes.
Also, 100% a foil to the #1 song on our worst list as well, which I think makes it even funnier.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
We'll explain more about that. I think that's
really why when people finally go, oh, that's why, and then I think that's.
But also, like, this song is just. There's also an element of surprise because, like, and this is unfortunate for some groups where it's like, I expect you to make good music.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I have a level of expectation from 17. I have a level of expectation from, like, a New Jeans. I don't have that same level of expectation from Blitzers when I'm like, oh, Blitzers is having a comeback. And then you get this and you're like, holy shit, how did this is incredible.
And
from you.
A lot of it was also like, they might never make music again. Like, we might never get Blitzers music again after this. Like, we don't know. That's how Nugu they are.
That's the ever-growing fear with liking Nugu groups is, like, this could be the last thing you hear from them for, like,
This could be the last Blitzer songs we ever get. So we might as well give it Best Song of the Year. Like, because who else is going to do that? Give it the respect it deserves.
No one will. No one's heard of this song. I have.
A lot of times. Too many times, probably, but...
More times than I'd like to say, but at the same time,
it's great.
I could always listen to it more. It's so good.
So good.
It works. It's also not. It's interesting because, like, you hear. This is another thing that I was worried about when I heard they're doing a song called Macarena.
Yeah.
You can hear elements of the Macarena. But one, it doesn't, like, sample it, and two, it's, like, it's in vibe more than in music, and I'm like,
it like embodies
something to
the spirit of Macarena rather than it is the song Macarena.
Which was a fear I had when I heard a Nugu boy group with a song called Macarena.
Oh, yeah.
And they don't do the Macarena at any point. Thank
it's
God.
It's a little bit in the dance, but, like, not even really that much.
But, like, we're not fully out here, you know,
doing
arm, shoulder, head. Like, they're not, it's in spirit.
Yes.
And I think that's the best thing you can do in the year 2023 with the 1996 classic, The Macarena.
Yes.
We love it.
Yeah.
So good.
They're so good.
What a absolute banger of a song. It's so good.
Ugh. That's the thing about K-pop. Everybody's only focusing on these big groups, but, like, dig a little deeper. You'll find a goddamn banger.
Honestly, like, check out the Nugus more, guys.
You'll find Macarena by Blitzers. It's unfortunate that the problem with finding Macarena by Blitzers is you gotta, like, dig through 15 bad Nugu groups to find the Macarena by Blitzers.
True.
It kind of is a mystery. To be honest, going into Nugu K-pop is kind of like going into a mystery box.
It is.
Honestly.
Sometimes you find
You
gold.
never know.
Most of the time you find shit.
Yeah.
I mean, you could say it's like anime too, honestly.
True.
Yeah.
But that's why I stopped watching anime.
But there's still good stuff, but it's just more of a matter of, like, you know,
you gotta find,
you gotta dig.
You gotta look for it.
You gotta dig, and you gotta be persistent.
Yes.
Because you can stop real quick.
Oh, yeah.
But yes, no, we love this. We love them. They're great.
So good.
I hope we get more next year.
I know.
It's concerning because I can't be sure.
You never know with the Nugu boy groups. You never know.
Nope.
But anyway, that has been our top 10 songs of the year.
Woo!
Woohoo! Very exciting. I don't think anyone else would make this list of songs ever.
No, never.
There's not a shot.
This is our list and we love it.
Yes, exactly. We will be
and we're correct
yes.
and you're wrong. So shut up.
Yes. We will be back for top 10 worst songs of the year next week. That list is definitely someone's top 10 songs of the year. Like,
oh,
Indefinitely
knows top 10. I've met the person whose top 10 songs of the year it is.
It is.
Oh boy,
it'll be a time. But we have a lot of things to say about that, so that'll be our episode.
Come back for the spicier takes next week.
But we are on all major podcasting platforms like Apple Podcasts and Spotify. We also have a YouTube channel where we post all of our episodes along with fun clip videos occasionally as well. Me and Sammy will have our top 100 songs of the year clip videos out probably soon. Soonish. And with that, we will see you guys in the next episode. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.